David, through to the Glasgow Cup final, try and sum up your emotions after that eventful game.
Yeah, it was an interesting game, that's for sure. I think probably the word that really comes to mind in terms of describing the lads' performance, there was a lot of character. Going behind twice, taking the game to penalties and standing up to that as well, obviously, to go and deal with that and still try to perform the right way during the setbacks shows the players in a good light and the team in a good light. Obviously go behind a couple of times, it is a little bit frustrating because probably at the moments of the game, I don't think we probably started the game quite as well as we would like to have. I think the first 2/3 of the pitch were pretty comfortable, but I don't think we asked enough questions in the attacking third at the early part of the game. Gradually that started to improve as we got closer to half time. I thought the first equalising goal was outstanding. The way we've worked ourselves from right to left, getting Robbie on the left hand side, and the volley from Ross at the edge of the box was a sensational finish. And obviously the second one again, probably equally as good but in a different way. The cross that I think Charlie McCallum lifted it in and Cole's made an excellent run into the space, did a great touch and lifted it beyond the goalkeeper at a time of the game where the game's got a little bit away for you. But again, it's back to that character and resilience that the lads showed throughout it. And just delighted that they've put in a performance and got a result that's got themselves to the final.
You mentioned it there, obviously a lot of character shown by the boys today, going a goal down twice, as you mentioned. Really just highlights the theme of relentless that this group of boys have if we compare it to other games that they've had throughout this season.
Absolutely, and the games, these types of games that they've been put into, they've stood up to the games really, really well. We've had to adapt and adjust at different points. As we did today at half time, we slightly changed how we pressed because we felt that there was ways of getting better pressure in higher up areas of the pitch that would get us a bit more success, and that proved to be the case. I think they're adaptable, they're resilient, and listen, we've had some bumps along the way as well, which has caused a little bit of frustration amongst the group as well, and rightly so. So they know there's maybe one or two games that they've maybe not done as well as they'd like to, but I'll go back to it again. In these types of games, they've stood up and they've shown themselves up in a good light, and they thoroughly deserve to be in the final. And obviously we'll look forward to getting to whoever that may be when it comes along.
Rangers have faced Celtic quite a few times in recent weeks. That's probably given them an opportunity to try and find weaker areas within the team, but it really didn't show the resilience that the boys did have.
Well, I think in the first half, the Celtic played with two lower midfielders as opposed to previous games. They went with one lower and the rest slightly higher up the pitch. So they tried to play through that area and they found some spaces that we wanted to try and stop. We adjusted a little bit at half time to try and prevent that. And it's back to that again. It just shows that we had to adapt to the moment. And I thought it got us a little bit more success in the way we wanted to press and we didn't have the ball. That's what these games are like. It's trying to find each other out. We've played each other a lot in recent weeks, and there's always going to be little small adaptations during the game or at the start of the game or as the game's going on that happen, either by us or them, and that's what happened today. So I think that just again shows that the players recognise that whatever happens during the game, we have to do what's needed in order to try and find a result and a performance at the same time. I think throughout today, I know the game ends in a draw, but I think the performance levels probably could have got the win during the 90 minutes, but I think Celtic may have thought the same thing because they have the chances as well. That's just the way the game panned out today. So we've had to defend, we've done it well at times, and as I say, we've been good in the attacking third a couple of times, but not as much as we probably would like to have done, particularly the early part of the game. So, but to go and, we had the penalties yesterday just as one of those scenarios in case it developed, and the boys were quite quick to put their hands up and stand up and go on, and we said to them, just commit to what you're doing, don't have any doubt, go and believe in yourself, and whatever happens. And I think great credit also to Bud to go and pull the only save within the penalty shootout as well. So top performance, top result.
This really gives the boys an opportunity to end the season quite strongly as well.
Yes, we wanted to be in the final. Glasgow Cup is it's a tournament that over the years we've done well in. I think this might be the first non-Old Firm final for a number of years, and we wanted to try and make sure that was another motivation that we would try and use to ensure that we were going to be there at the end up. So we've done that, and as I say, we're pleased. We'll just look forward to the final. We'll prepare for a league game this weekend, and then we'll look forward to the final thereafter.
And what were the nerves like during the penalty shootout from your point of view?
I think at that point there's nothing you can do. I think it's just a case of trusting the players and believing them. There's no point in us getting nervous and uptight at the side of the pitch. That moment's gone, the 90 minutes are gone. It's just a case of trusting the players and believe that they're good at that, and I think you've seen within the penalties that were taken, they're all pretty convincing. And that's credit to the lads, and just delighted for them.